Would you like to see the alignments and the aspects we're talking about this week? Well, check out the weekly overview on the funastrology.com YouTube channel. A picture really is worth 1,000 words. Ow! It's a blue super moon, so we got got to drag it out there a little bit. Hey everybody, Thomas Miller on Full Moon Monday, August 19th. Yep, the big day we've been waiting for, and we have a lot to talk about. 6 big aspects in the sky. 1 has already happened. Well, 2 probably by the time you're hearing this. 4 more to go as the crescendo of this energy that we've been discussing for a while now happens today. We'll also be checking in with Kristen Lawhead for Lucky Stars in the midst of all of this today. But I was thinking, it's like we're never satisfied, right? We humans, we're just never satisfied, ever. Like we always want something else. I was thinking, would you rather have the bundle that we had last fall and into this year, where all the planets were stacked up on top of each other? Or would you rather have this, where they're in squares and oppositions to each other? I mean, it's like, can we just not have trines and sextiles for a while? Well, yes, we do actually have some coming up. But if right now you have just been feeling a general sense of angst or uncomfortable or fear or tension, conflict, challenges, extra challenges maybe that aren't normal, or if you're feeling, like I said, afraid, uncertain, that's the energy of this mutable T-square that all culminates today. So over the last several weeks, I'm talking about this period, if that's been your prevailing kind of emotion, and then interrupted by obviously times of laughter and fun and breaking that pattern, the good news is this will eventually pass. And I know a lot of the times around these circles of this conversation that we're in here, there's always, out there, something out there ahead of us. Well, we're living in the moment now, and this has been the prevailing, I know so many people are feeling this, so you're not alone if that's been the case. So I'm going to do a video on this, and the quickest way, if you'd like to find your social media channel of preference, at the top of funastrology.com in the upper left are all the social icons, and you can click on there and get to the video. YouTube Fun Astrology podcast channel would be the primary where the full-length video, at least we know, will be. But at least you can see it as well as hear about it. Now, before we go through the list, let's check in with Kristen for Lucky Stars.
Hi, Thomas and astrology friends. We are officially in the challenging week. Today probably being the most challenging of them all, having a very long list of exact aspects. But Venus continues to square Mars through the weekend, so definitely be playing things safe this week. We do have some Lucky Stars days coming up next week, so to find out what they are early, join the Lucky Stars Club. Thomas and I can't wait to see you there. I hope you all have a great week.
Thank you for that, Kristen. Great job of putting together a challenging week, and we've got some markings on the Lucky Stars chart for this week. Love to have you in the club. The link is right there at the funastrology.com website. That aspect that she talked about, Venus squaring Mars, that's Thursday coming up, and we'll be talking about that later in the week. But the 6 today, as mentioned, the first has already happened. That was at 1:52 this morning. All the times for the rest of the episode are Eastern. 1:52 a.m., Venus squared Jupiter, the two benefics. I mean, that energy enough. Respecting cookbook astrology. I mean, just respecting what's going on up there in the sky. The two fire sticks are crosswise right now, but they're also in the rear view mirror. So that was last week's energy and the week before's energy. We're still in it. We'll be in it for about a week. But after that, we're clear. Another one, same planet, Venus, this time opposite Saturn. See, Venus moves fast, so it will pull away from these quickly. It's been building. Here's the crescendo. That's at 4:30 this morning Eastern. And then it moves off. So boom, boom, right off to start the day. Venus squaring Jupiter, Venus opposing Saturn. Then we have the Sun squaring Uranus. That's midday Eastern, 12:45 p.m., lunch hour time. Then we have the full moon at 2:25 p.m. That's in Aquarius, of course. It's a supermoon, which means the moon is closer to the Earth, and it's also a blue moon. And the blue moon, any Nancy Griffith fans out there, got to go back a ways on that one, but her band was the Blue Moon Orchestra. Blue moons happen when you have 2 full moons in the same month, or when you have 4 full moons in a season. And that's what we've had this summer, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. Then the most significant aspect of the day, 5:45 this afternoon, Jupiter squares Saturn. That's the first time of 3. Most significant because they are 2 big theme builder planets, slower moving, bigger in the sky, and more impactful. Then the moon closes the day out at 6:50 p.m., moving into Pisces. So let me ask again, would you rather have a bundle or this? But seriously, I'll tell you one thing that I've observed. We've been doing this a little over 5 years together now, every day. And one of the things that I've observed as these more challenging days come across, and I haven't kept statistics on this, but my thought is that things don't necessarily, bad things. We're watching for bad things on a bad day like today. Now, they really don't happen on the day. Now, it could. This is a huge stack of planetary energy, and we know that this affects the Earth. But it's almost like when you have a day like today, it's almost like system overload. We were in it Saturday, and nothing happened. We were in it Sunday, and we're fine. So I just think that really it's more thematic. And that's why I was saying, if you're feeling this general feeling of angst, well, here's why, but it's a passing phenomenon. The other thing I observe is we just forget what's going on above our heads. Enough people don't listen to this podcast. There are times to be more cautious. This is one of those times. There are times to be more intentional about your positivity. This is one of those times. There are times to just give a lot of slack, a lot of extra rope to the people around you. This is one of those times. And there are times to turn that coin around and look on the opposite side and find the highest timeline side. And remember the kind of energy that we're in. And that's not just today. Stay with it all week. Even though it will be dissipating, the collective unconscious doesn't know how to handle this. We had 2 excellent episodes, Thursday and Friday of last week. Jenny Geyer's thoughts on Friday were excellent. I loved her analogy of the Grand Cross, the dual T-square, pulling us in opposite directions. So I would refer you back to those. That information still very much stands. Have a wonderful full moon, blue moon, supermoon day today. Enjoy that. Ow, right? And remember just to give that extra slack. That's the biggest key today. Have a wonderful day. I'm giving you a great big hug. All of us, we need one. Mwah! I'll see you back tomorrow.